Hey Phil, how are you? I wanted to just go through a couple of things. This is a recording that I'm doing on Sunday afternoon here. I went through all your phone calls in the last month or so, and I wanted to just bring you through a couple of things of some obvious concerns I had, and walk you through really what's going on. So let's go right into the call detail. I want to show you what the story is. So here's the last 30 days. And you had 61 calls coming from either SEO or pay-per-click. Now, some of those calls are obviously it's a mixed bag because it's people who just type in something close to your name and they find you. But I want to go through all the calls with you to spend a few minutes with me, and let's see what these calls are. So I listened to every single one of these for the last month, and this is what I found. So here's hang up, no answer, which is a problem. That's me. That was a sales call. That was a referred patient into you. There's somebody looking for a physical. This is somebody calling the wrong practice. That was that medical marijuana call. They just were calling the wrong practice. New patient that was coming back. They found you again. Reschedule. Wrong number. Reschedule. Here's a lead. So this person had called in. It was a lead for you to call back. Um, it's actually a recall. Existing patient. Existing patient. This is a new customer. This was a referral to Nodo. This is a new patient. Sometimes I didn't write it because it was just a replication. Here's another new patient. Referred to Nodo for paid management. No answer. A new customer. Well, that was the same one. So that was a new customer that fell up here. Reschedule. Would have been a new patient, but you didn't take the insurance. Fax, 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 fax. Change appointment. Looking for prescription. Didn't work out. This is just a scam call. We get some of the doctors, they're taking these. I mean, this is just what happens. People just try and scam you for prescriptions. This is a new customer. There's someone looking for directions. Change appointment. Confirming appointment. New customer made appointment. Closed. Closed. Looking for an in-house physical therapist. Call abandoned. Reschedule. Appointment from existing customer. Reschedule. That's the same thing. New customer. And that was just a reschedule. So what I had is I had 8 new patients, 1 lead, 2 were referred out to Nodo, 3 were referred in, which was part of the 5, part of the 8, and then there were 5 question marks, which I couldn't tell if they were new patients or if they were just existing patients calling in. So to me, it seems like that's kind of the normal. You had said between 5 to 8 patients per month new, and this is what we got out of this is what we yielded out of this month. I mean, you could listen to these calls yourself if you want and find out if I'm missing something, but that's what it seemed like to me. And there's just a mixed bag of new patients, 8 new patients in total, and then a couple referred in and a couple referred out. But this really, what strikes me is that you're only running about $300 a month in AdWords. It's really low. You look at, I just did, if you take a look at a general search for physical therapy in Hackensack, physical therapist in Hackensack, you can see like this JAG therapy comes up. It's a Sunday afternoon, but they're running ads. And I'm sure that, these guys up here are running, good budget. If you look at what their budget, because we can kind of eyeball it, they're running between a low of $30 a day to a high of $115 a day. And you're running $300 a month. So this is a concern of mine. I'm thinking what might be the best thing is to take the SEO. We're running $1,500 a month of SEO and just put it into your budget for your AdWords. That would yield you out another roughly $30 to $50 a day, and then that should yield. You look at this is your analytics. You can see your organic search is 606 a month and 230. That would yield out another roughly, probably get you about equal for organic and paid search. That would bring in another roughly 12 phone calls um, per week if you triple that budget. So if you think about it, you're running your campaign right now is running $300 for the last 30 days. If we brought that up to $1,800, I think that's where you might think that's expensive. But honestly, most pain management, not pain management, but chiropractors, uh, physical therapists, they're going to be running a couple $1,000s a month just in their AdWords because that's where the money is. Most people are just dopes. They're going to pick the first thing they see, and you're here. I mean, you're right here. Excel is obviously going to have a big piece of the market because they've been around for a long time, and they've also, they have a big budget. And Hackensack PT is another one that's pretty substantial. So, I mean, they've been at it for a while as well. So I think the concept is that we can make some decisions. I know you're frustrated with the lack of results here, but I think reality is that we're kind of need to just make some halftime adjustments. We've ended all the pain management keywords. I'm not sure why they were there. I would assume that you would have had a discussion with Justin, our pay-per-click manager, to make these adjustments, and I thought that we've had that done several times. But if it's not been, then it's my fault for not doing that. But anyway, so I have the details here. I've been through the calls. We can discuss about this tomorrow. I'd love to continue with you. I think we can make these adjustments and help you through this process of getting a better return on your effort or better yield off of your monthly spend. I think it's just a matter of kind of adjusting where we put the funds and testing it out. Again, I'm seeing 5 to 8 patients. Again, 5 definitely coming new, and it looks like 3 referred. But you can do your own homework on this if you want to have your girls listen to the phone calls. You can log into this tool, which is our our call rail system. All right. So I will talk to you tomorrow.